I found myself living in my hometown because of the pandemic. I moved here, so I've been here. It's like 2 years now. And just the options are very few and far between of compatible prospective mates, intellectually compatible. And I would have even family members tell me, like, you just too smart for your own good, or no man wants a woman that talks that much, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dang. And I remember going through phases where I literally tried to just be quieter or be less me, or don't talk about what you've read so much, Japonica, and you know, just be enough for them, but not too much. I've had exes say, you're too much. I remember dating this dean, very influential, very well-known man. And I remember him picking me up in his like nice car. I think it was a Mercedes. It was super nice. And I mean, I was just like taken aback by his status and felt like, oh wow, like I found someone that's like above me, like smarter than me, and got his stuff together. And I'm like impressed. And he wanted a beautiful, quiet woman to be his side. Not a woman who was passionate or creative or had ideas. So, you know, needless to say, that didn't work out, and I'm not mad about that. And I'm not mad about any of it, but it does sadden me that in order for me to fit, I have to shift myself to make myself fit. And I can only rely on my religious space and pray to God, like, God, what should I do? Am I doing anything wrong? What should I change? How can I fix this? Lord, when is it my turn? Whatever, you know? It's that patriarchal side of Christianity that just tells you, hey, be quiet, sit down and pray, and just fix on yourself and fix on yourself and fix on yourself so much, because that's obviously the reason why you haven't found anyone, and the Boaz will find you. So many women subscribing to that narrative. I see them all the time. Beautiful. Who are smart and they love God and they're passionate and they are successful and they are lonely. It's 7 billion people on this planet and it ain't enough people for everybody. I mean, just having to sit with that reality that, oh God.
It's a good thing to see some of these women admitting that is wrong, you know. At some point being accountable, facing accountability, not shifting the blame on men for their failures, you know. But at some point I can say she learned the mistakes, you know, so maybe she will change and she understand what men want and don't want, you know. But at that point she was talking about that man not liking a woman being you know, creative, having an idea. That's a lie, bro. That's a lie for sure. You know, the only reason they broke up, she wasn't quiet. She was so noisy, loud. You know, that's a problem. And they don't know how to keep him in. Another skill they don't have.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I live alone in Austin, Texas. I'm 26 years old and I feel lonely a lot. My entire 20s, I've had this lingering loneliness sort of feeling where you just feel like down, you feel lonely, confused, depressed, all those upset emotions. And it's hard to really sit and deal with it and understand it. And a lot of it just comes from like ignorance and not being able to predict the future. But no matter the location, this feeling is still put. And I'm here to just say that, like, this is something I experience probably weekly, this loneliness feeling, and so confused with my life. I don't even know what's happening or what I'm thinking half the time. But one thing that does help me are healthy habits or just small productive things throughout the day to keep me going. Activity is key for me. If I stay in one place, nope, no good for me. So I'm just going to start documenting what it's like to live alone and experience loneliness and healthy practices that I do in my 20s to make my life better and make my mental health better.
A lot of youngsters are going through this. They used to be around parents, you know, but at the time they become an adult, they see other people outside there, they don't care about them. So now they're starting to remember, like, yo, why nobody even give a damn about me? No talking, no nothing. Like, if they're talking to me, they want something. So I think just pick up a new hobby, just be busy, focus on yourself, or you can have a partner. That will help a lot, because your mom and dad are together, right? So you have to do the same if possible. But having friends, it's never been a good idea, because we always making new friends and they come and go, so we'll never last.
Okay, I'm like sick and tired because it feels like every single Christian person that I talk to, at least like within my own community who's single, is just like, it's impossible to meet good people, like good Christian ladies or good Christian men. And I know that they're out there, even though some of y'all are hiding. All that say, it feels like there's this epidemic in the Christian dating community. And so if you're a legitimate believer, like you love Jesus, you roll with the Trinity, God, Holy Spirit, Jesus is your tribe, comment in the section below if you're single and you're open to someone sliding into your DMs. Make sure you comment, obviously, your name, your age, and state you live in. And let this be like a pool of healthy Christian interactions with other singles. And if something happens, then all I ask is that you invite me to the wedding. Okay, bye.
So a godly man marketing himself on TikTok comments, finding a potential partner. Like when I look at these church girls, I'm just laughing. It seems many of those, they're going to churches not looking for salvation. They're looking for men, bro. Like they want to get married, many of them. So they see it doesn't work on streets, so they have to change their strategy. Go to the church, maybe they will seem clean, in front of men's eyes and secure one, but it doesn't work.
I am 41 years old, single, without kids, living in a van outside my mom's house. But I'm on the next chapter of my life. I'm currently building a tiny home next door, like literally next door to my mom. This is my tiny home I'm building, and it's literally next door to my mom's house. This is my mom. Mom, you happy that I'm moving next door?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Rachel and I live in Seattle, Washington. Oh my gosh, I gotta sit differently. I live alone. This is like a very new thing. Frank. I live alone with my cat, and I'm just wondering, as an adult, how are we making friends in Seattle, Washington? Like meeting new people, like how are we doing that? Are you joking? You're so cute. Okay, now we're doing the video down here. So I am a 30-year-old single woman, but I am looking to just like find new people, find new fun things to do, but also I would consider myself like a extroverted introvert, you know what I mean? Anyways, if you have any tips for me on how to make friends, I would so appreciate it.
Yo, I don't believe her. Like, she's looking for friends. At the time I hit 30 years old, she has a cart looking for friend. No. Yo, she's capping. Like, that's loneliness. She want a man for real. And trying to move in different states, trying to change the environment, maybe getting something good out there, but it never work, bro. They have to understand, like, they have to go with time. On her prime, I believe she had a lot of friends, going out a lot, men on her DMs. Now there's no DMs no more.